Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nick, KyogreKauai, and we are here for another week of IBA Season 3. We are on week 9 out of 10 for the regular season. Things have been an interesting season so far. Our record is not fantastic. We are 3-5. Currently sitting at 8th place out of 14. We have to stay in the top 8 if we're going to make playoffs. So barely made it into by getting a win last week. Again, into the top 8, and we just basically have to really guarantee our spot by winning these next 2 battles and doing that with as good of a differential as we can. So hope you guys enjoy the Draft League content. Please leave a like down below if you do. Go check out my opponent too. We are up against SlightliSalti, who's the commissioner, the creator of the IBA Draft League, who is also a good friend of ours. So yeah, he's coach of the Montreal Giga Impacts. So definitely go check out his channel, linked in the description below. If you want to skip ahead of the battle, feel free to do so. I'm going to do a quick overview of the team. And I just realized something. I don't have my 6th Mon. So I have to get my team ready and I'll be right back. Okay, so there's the team. I didn't have Mudsdale here in the party. Not doing anything too crazy this week. We have heavy duty boots on Salamence. So hazard stealth rocks don't hurt us. It is adamant nature, or jolly nature with max attack and max speed, excuse me. With our Dragon Dance, Flamethrower, Dragon Claw, and Dual Wing Beat. This moveset it does what we need it to do, and Moxie allows us to sweep. We got coverage moves to do what we need to do. Obviously, this is the same Salamence I brought last week. It's just too good. Every time I haven't brought this set, I've lost. Every time I've brought this set, I've won. So I'm going with the set that works. A lot of these sets are going to be familiar, so don't expect too much craziness. This is timid nature with like a lot of speed, not max speed. Choice Scarf, Chandelure with the Shadow Ball, Flamethrower, Energy Ball, and Trick. His team only has 1 Ghost immunity and no resists, I believe. So if he doesn't bring the Porygon 2, that's going to be really good. Really quick, I'll tell you his team is Latias, Kartana, Tapu Fini, Thundurus, Therian Form, Arcanine, Cobalion, Porygon 2, Araquanid, Cursula, Regirock, and Meowstic. So of those Pokemon, only the Porygon can really switch into the Shadow Ball. And Choice Scarf Chandelure has always been a great Pokemon, with, again, those 4 moves. Blastoise is AV, max HP, max defense, so super bulky to Rapid Spin, Scald, Flip Turn, Ice Beam, just be able to kind of move around, do a little bit of damage with these 2 moves, and keep hazards off the field, but be able to do that as much as possible, being bulky. Our Tapu Koko is heavy duty boots also, so that I can switch in as many times as want. Not having to deal with hazards is good. Also, Araquanid on his team likes to set up sticky web, so I don't want my Tapu Koko being made slower. Again, U-turn around, Thunderbolt, Dazzling Gleam, and Toxic to be able to deal with anything too bulky for me. Obviously, he has Tapu Fini, which blocks status, but I also have control, so if this thing switches in and replaces the terrain, I obviously can then Toxic things after that. And then Spike here, Ferrothorn, is 8 max HP, max defense with knockoff, Power Whip, Leech Seed, Toxic, to help deal with like the Tapu Fini and the Araquanid and the knockoff and Toxic, again, to help deal with bulky things, mainly Porygon 2, but also Regirock, just really bulky things that it's hard to break through, so you need something like Toxic and knockoff to get rid of their items and whittle them down. And then we have Choice Band Mudsdale, which I'm very excited. Not much can switch into this. The Rock Slide, Earthquake, Body Press, Lash Out, super good coverage. If I get rid of, obviously a lot of things can switch into the Earthquake, like the flying Pokemon and Latias with Levitate, but if those are out of the way, Earthquake does a lot, and just these coverage moves do a lot, and what I can hit will take a lot of damage, and I can't be intimidated. Own Tempo in this generation blocks Intimidate, and I can't be confused. So good things to have indeed. So there is the squad. I think it can definitely put in a lot of work. So hopefully you guys are excited to see the battle. I'm excited to jump right into it. Without further ado, we're gonna hop right into the battle. Okay, we are here. We're connected for the battles. There is Salti's team. The Porygon. That's pretty much what I expected. He doesn't have the sticky webs. He might have the stealth rocks. I guess I could just kind of U-turn on whatever wants to lead. Yeah, and then go into something kind of bulky, I guess. He's gonna do that. He could lead with that thing. I don't know. I'm gonna go for it. We're gonna go for it because my one thought about this is if he knows I like to lead Tapu Koko and he goes with the Cartania, then that thing, if it's Choice Scarf, either one of his steel types that's Choice Scarf, outspeeding me would be a problem. Kartana, if it's Choice Scarf, can't. Both of them, honestly, if they're Choice Scarf, will outspeed me. All right, I'm gonna turn the volume down on the music now because that's kind of loud. Okay, I think that should be in a reasonable place now. Let's see who he's gonna start out with. Cobalt. Okay. All right. If he's Assault Vest, he can't go for Stealth Rocks. So I mean, I could just go out into Blastoise pretty free. I'm just gonna click U-turn. I mean, he could Swords Dance, which would be pretty darn scary. Honestly. Or if he Swords Dances in my face, do we want to do that or do we want to go here? I think I want to save Ferrothorn a little bit for later. I feel like he might just go for Stealth Rocks. I'm gonna go on the Blastoise here. I don't know. He could go for Swords Dance. He could go for an attack. He could go for Stealth Rocks. I think Stealth Rock is the most likely. So I'm happy I went to Blastoise here because I can click Rapid Spin, and he doesn't have a Ghost type. So this is a free Rapid Spin to get this off. Oh, Volt Switch. Okay, glad I'm Assault Vest. That does a lot of damage, even for me being Assault Vest, honestly. He's Life Orb. Okay. Okay, that's good to know. I'm gonna put Cobalion Life Orb with Volt Switch and Stealth Rock down. Make note of that. Okay, so Rapid Spin comes out. Could easily go for a Grass type attack here, or a Knockoff. I could see Knockoff being very likely, honestly. So the item I'm most happy or okay losing is gonna be Ferrothorn. So I kind of want to go into Ferrothorn. Just see. I feel like Knockoff is the play there. That did a lot of damage, honestly. The Iron Barbs, hurts Paperclip, Leftovers. I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna click Knockoff. He could be worried about Body Press, Iron Defense. Yeah, okay. So we basically just do the opposite. Cobalt, so I get to see this thing's item. He could just set up Stealth Rocks again. But I get to get rid of its Life Orb, so it's gonna do significantly less damage. I actually kind of wanna. Oh, but it's justified, so I just boost its attack by 1 stage. I'm gonna throw Leech Seed. This thing could just close combat me. Yeah. All right. So he just close combats me. His defense and special defense falls. But he's at +1 attack still. So not really great losing Ferrothorn that early. I kind of needed that for the Tapu Fini. I feel like he's gonna go out into Arcanine here, and Arcanine could very well be Flash Fire, but it could also be Intimidate. So do I think -1 Spadef, I can KO it with Shadow Ball? I don't know. I guess we find out if Arcanine's, no, it's not, okay. Arcanine doesn't switch, and this should be the end of this thing, so that's good. He didn't get Stealth Rocks up a second time, which is good. I wasn't too worried about Stealth Rocks. He knows I'm Choice Scarf locked into Flamethrower, so he's probably going to go into Arcanine now. If he goes into Arcanine, if he has Wild Charge, could be interesting. Kartana, knockoff. So I guess we'll find out if it's Flash Fire or Intimidate if he goes into Arcanine, because that would be good information to have. Every second counts here, though, on a timer battle. I'm locked into Flamethrower. He could also go into Tapu Fini. So either way, Arcanine or Blastoise. Paperclip comes out, actually. Gonna knock off, probably just gonna knock off again. But wait, is he Scarf? He might be Scarf. Do I think I can live a knockoff from this thing? There's no way you would go out into this thing unless you're Scarf. So if you're Scarfed into knockoff, honestly, I feel like I should click Dragon Dance, go out into Hue and click Dragon Dance. This dude, if he just baited me into switching, like he's gotta be Choice Scarf. Like, you know I'm Choice Scarf because I'm faster than you. That does a lot of damage. That does so much damage. I guess I just Dragon Dance now, because I can't really keep switching in on stuff. Well, that's a bad play. That's a bad play, because he might... Would you just sack this thing? I have a really strong feeling it's Scarf, and he could go out into the Intimidate Arcanine, then I'd only be at +1, or I'd only be at +1 speed, and I wouldn't have any attack boost. Yeah, he's got to be Scarf. He has to be 100%. Okay. Misty Surge. I mean, I feel like I just want to get damage off on this thing. If I go down, I go down. I'm okay with this, honestly. Yeah, I'm gonna click Dual Wing Beat. That doesn't really do that much. I mean, it does over 50%, but a Moonblast is gonna kill me here, so okay. Do I get to see this thing's item? Yeah, okay. Tapu Fini is leftovers. Moonblast. Tapu Koko gets the terrain. I can U-turn here pretty freely. So if he's gonna go out into Kartana, I mean, either way, it's a U-turn. Oh, Protect. Okay. Okay. All right, interesting. So he's gonna go into thinks I'm gonna go to the U-turn. So I think he's gonna go out into Kartana this turn. So I actually kind of want to punish that by clicking Thunderbolt this turn, because I don't really lose anything if he goes out into the full HP Thundurus, because it's already a full HP. I won't be giving it any HP back by clicking Thunderbolt. If he stays in, I'm happy with a Thunderbolt. So this thing has Moonblast and Protect. So I don't know what he was thinking there, but I'm happy with that. Not U-turning 2 turns in a row. It's very surprised he stayed in, honestly, not gonna lie. I felt that Kartana was a pretty good switch there, but now he can pretty freely go into Kartana now. Odin is... Who's Odin? Odin is this thing. Unless this thing's Scarf, I'll be faster. And then now I click U-turn on this thing. It could Nasty Plot on me, which would be kind of bad. Now I U-turn. Now I want to go into Mudsdale and click Rock Slide. So we're going to do that. We're going to go into Mudsdale here. I think we're even 2 for 2 as far as KOs here. So that's good. Good play. Good play. That's going to do a lot of damage because I'm so heavy. Okay, that's a good prediction. Honestly, that's rough on my end that happened. Really rough. Okay, that's rough. That hurts me. That hurts me quite a lot. Do I want to trick something? I kind of want to just click trick here. Or do I want to click flamethrower? I'm gonna click flamethrower. Okay? Is he gonna go to Arcanine? Digiduck? Oh, I should have clicked trick. I was so close. I had a feeling he might go for this thing. Oh no. He traces my... I didn't know this thing got trace. I forgot it got trace. Oh my gosh. Imagine if I would have clicked trick. Oh, that's so bad. Oh my gosh, that's so bad. Let's just think have Thunderbolt. Toxic, okay. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna flip turn back into Chandelure, I guess. That's rough. That's really rough. Oh my gosh. The fact that the Mudsdale play was so bad. I don't know what I was thinking. But let's flip turn, I guess. That's not really gonna help me all too much. Okay, flipping around. Thunderbolt, like he could Thunderbolt honestly pretty freely here. Ice Beam, okay. All right, honestly, you know what? I'm gonna take that. But I literally can't hit this with half of my moves. But I'm just gonna trick it. I'm gonna trick it so I take its item. Okay. Alright, it's no longer as bulky. But my Pokemon are just getting Toxic Stalled here. Which is not ideal at all. Yeah. So losing Ferrothorn so early was bad, and Mudsdale. I just click Energy Ball and I hope for like Spadef drops, honestly. And this thing won't be as bulky without the Eviolite. So, I mean, that's what I can hope for. I mean, a Feeny switch. Oh, Feeny's already dead. All right, let's see how much this does. I mean, he could just sit here and click Recover. That was a crit. Oh, Toxic again. That's fine. I'm not going to KO and he can just click Recover this turn, though. So I'm just going to sit here and click Energy Ball. Honestly, I mean, he has pretty free switch into Arcanine if he wants. Which I think he might Hera. That's probably Arcanine, right? Yeah, that's Arcanine. I mean, honestly, I'm going to be pretty low on HP here. He's Intimidate, which I thought. Okay, now Flash Fire. He might go Predict and go back out into the Digiduck with, like, if predicting I just go for Shadow Ball here. But I could go for... Oh, I could go into Coco and I can go for a Toxic of my own. This is... I don't know. Arcanine. What's Arcanine going to go for? What's it got? What's Arcanine got? What? Well, that hurt me. Recoil. Life Orb, Recoil. Honestly, that didn't even do that much. gonna Toxic here. I mean, okay, stays in on the Toxic. Cool. I get a Toxic off on this thing. I'm pretty much thing. I'm gonna get kind of whittled down, and then the Choice Scarf Kartana is gonna KO me. This is gonna hurt. Yeah, that hurt a lot. That definitely hurt a lot. And now I don't think I'm faster than it if it's max speed. So yeah, I can't really do much else here at this point. So we're just gonna go into Chandelure. And I mean, this is like a totally free switch into the Duck, and like he's just gonna. He just stays in. He's just gonna KO me with Wild Charge because he's faster. Yeah, so this thing's gonna sweep with Wild Charge. Yeah, he made a really good prediction on my swap into what's it called? When I switched into Mudsdale and he went for the Grass Knot. That was huge. I should have thought about that a little bit more. So it is what it is. I'm still happy with how I tried to play this battle. I think I was making some good plays as well. We were both making pretty solid plays. That was definitely one I could have thought about more, but I always forget that thing gets Grass Knot. So this thing's gonna come in and sweep up the Blastoise. But I'm honestly just happy this game went to timer. I legitimately would rather lose than have a battle go to timer ever again. So rather play quick and have it be the way it is than the alternative. So Leaf Blade comes out, finishes off Blastoise, and that is gonna be it, folks. That is the battle. Crit just to rub salt in the wounds, but it is what it is. That's a 3-0 loss. But honestly, I did what I could. I did what I could there. So I had fun battle. As always, I enjoy battling for IBA. Thank you, Salti, for the battle. Please go support my man. His link's down below. Like I said, please go show some support to him because he's an awesome content creator and a good friend. I appreciate you guys hanging out and watching my video every Saturday, 10 a.m. IBA. We got one more week guaranteed left, week 10. Be sure to tune in 10 a.m. next Saturday. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Hey, oh, GG's, my dude. Yeah, that was good. I always forget about the Grass Knot on Thundurus. I always forget it gets that, and that was huge, man. That was a huge play. Good predict. I forget. Yeah. 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 Yeah, it was very heavy, so super big damage, and realistically, like, I don't have a good switch into both grass and electric type. You know, I guess Ferrothorn would have been decent, but I think he would. Yeah, I let him go down.
Bring against that thing because he gets Focus Blast.
Yeah,
which I also have.
It's a powerful mon. It's got the coverage it needed to pretty much just kind of run through my team. Yeah, nothing else I had I could have brought.
When I drafted it, I actually did not know it had Grass Knot at the time.
Yeah.
It was one of the things that I forgot about.
Oh, okay.
And I was like drafting. I'm like, yo, it's got a versatile moveset. Then after I drafted, I'm like, wait, Hidden Power Ice is gone. How am I gonna handle ground types and stuff? And then I realized it gets Grass Knot, and I was like, oh shit, this thing is still a massive threat.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was and like looking at the rest of my draft, like Hawlucha dies to Thunderbolt, Tyranitar dies to Focus Blast, Raichu, you know, is just not bulky enough and can't really hit back that hard. Arctivish dead, you know, so. Yeah. Really, that's why I was like, I gotta bring Mudsdale for Thundurus. Same thing, you know. I was like, I gotta bring it, and then I totally didn't even look at its moveset and remember that. So that was huge. Yeah.
So was Blastoise brought just for the Rapid Spin? Because I honestly thought you weren't gonna bring a Water type, just because I have arguably two of my best mons are grass and electric, being Kartana and Thundi T.
So I didn't really think you were going to bring Stealth Rocks, and I wasn't that scared of Stealth Rocks because I had both Tapu Koko and Salamence with heavy duty boots. However, it was all because of Araquanid and Sticky Webs that I was worried about the Sticky Webs. I did not want Tapu Koko not being the fastest thing in the game. And you were Scarf Kartana anyway, right? Obviously.
No, yeah.
I was going to say, there was no way you were going to bring out that in front of my Scarf Chandelure, which you obviously knew because I just outsped Cobalion. So I knew immediately when you brought it out when you had 5 Mons left.
I actually still thought I still thought Chandelure was faster than Cobalion, not gonna lie.
Well, oh, even without Scarf? So you didn't put that together 100%?
So
okay.
I was like, I guarantee Kyogre brought either Scarf or Specs.
Yeah, I was one of those two. Yeah.
I was like, generally in draft league, when you're bringing Chandelure, you're bringing it Scarf or Specs just because it's a massive machine on both of those ends.
It is.
It does have viability without those items, but I find,
yeah,
it's the most common one, right?
I would say that's its best. I would say that's its best set for sure. There's not really much else it does as well, and the fact that it's one kind of like, it's just so powerful. Giving it Scarf means like it's just something hard to switch into, and your team would not have been able to switch into Shadow Ball very well, but you had the Porygon too, which was good. The other thing,
Porygon 2 was actually a last minute. It was a last.
Really,
bring.
I was hoping you wouldn't bring it. Yeah.
But the funny thing is that Porygon 2 is always like my last bring.
Yeah.
And it was like, I don't know what 6th one to bring. I was like, where do I need coverage?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what?
You just need bulk.
I was like, you know what? Yeah. I was like, a best bet is always Toxic Stall.
And then the trace, the Flash Fire trace, and then all I could hit you with was Energy Ball. I was like, oh no. I was like almost locked. I almost couldn't hit you for anything.
I'm not even gonna take credit for that. I swapped in without thinking about the trace. I popped in, saw the trace pop off, and I'm like, oh shit.
Dude, I should find my facial reaction from that moment, and I should throw that on the thumbnail, because I gave one of my classic faces, like my jaw just dropped to the floor. I was like, oh no.
Wait, can you send me that picture too?
I'll edit that and I'll send it to you. Yeah, it was so funny.
If you want, I'll send you like a screenshot of me too. It's fake news, so it's great.
Yeah, that would be great. That would be hilarious. And I was surprised that you stayed in with Tapu Fini after protecting. Did you just think I was going to go for another U-turn?
I honestly, yes. And then I did it, and I was like, I'm such an idiot.
Yeah, because that was free. That was
moments.
Yeah.
I do those moments. The Tapu Koko and the Cobalion.
Yeah.
I was unsure if I was going to outspeed or not. Like I said, I actually did not know if with Choice Scarf, I was thinking, oh, he's going to be Scarf. If he's Scarf, then he guarantees outspeed. If he doesn't have Scarf, then I don't know.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm going to go for this. And I'm like, maybe I can live one either way. And I'm like, no. I'm like, wait, that's stupid. No, I cannot. I also had my bunny jumping around, and I went to go get it, and I was like, oh shit.
Dang. Because, you had good switching. Like, you had really good switch-ins, obviously, with Porygon, too. You could have saved Cobalion, and then you could have saved Tapu. Because I was like, my thought process was like, okay, I went for a U-turn, and he saw it when he went for Protect. I was like, maybe he'll switch in. I was like, worst case scenario, if I go for Thunderbolt, then he could, like, if he switches in Thundurus, yeah, that's Volt Absorb, but you were already at full HP, so it's like, really, then I just go for the U-turn I was gonna go for anyway. So I was kind of like, you know what, maybe he'll stay in thinking I'm gonna go for a U-turn. So I was like, I'm just gonna click Thunderbolt. If he switches into anything else, I'll take the damage. If he switches into Thundurus, oh well, I'll just U-turn out the next turn. So then you stayed in. I was like, well, that was the best case scenario in that turn for sure.
Well, also one of my thought processes in it was like, I don't really care hypothetically if Tapu Fini goes down. Yeah, it would be great for the Chandelure. Yeah. But the big reason I brought Tapu Fini was for that Salamence.
And it did.
Salamence can't do much to it, and it got rid of it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I definitely I feel like that's one of my problems I find with my team, my draft, is like, I have some decently bulky mons, but I still feel like I never have enough switch-ins. Like, I always feel like I'm on the back foot with, like, if I need to make a switch, like, I'm just taking too much damage. So that was tough. I always I feel like I'm loose. It's hard to manage my team. So that was...
Yeah. Which I absolutely love about my team this year is I went completely on a bulky side.
Yeah, and very bulky and also offensive, like, for sure. Like,
I have no medium.
Yeah.
I have extreme bulk and I have like extreme speed.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. Like Araquanid is kind of Araquanid hits hard and is bulky. It's a threat. That's a really good mon. And the same with Feeny. Feeny hits hard too.
Does hit hard.
So yeah, I was yeah. I honestly I called Kartana being Scarf in the team preview. I was like, I'm gonna lead Tapu Koko, and I was like, the only thing I'm scared about him leading against Tapu Koko would be the Kartana if it's Scarf and just kills me in one hit. So I was like, that was just like, I kind of like, I already had a thought that you might be Scarf Kartana like from the get go, and then I was able to confirm that pretty early. So yeah, I didn't really have any like overwhelming like strategies. I just was like, I was just tried to bring a well-rounded team and just bring some of my best Pokemon. But I didn't want, again, I was like, I got to be able to deal with hazards. I had Toxic on Tapu Koko to like, if I needed to, Toxic the Porygon and stuff. Like, I didn't want that.
You got the kill on the Arcanine with
that. Yeah.
If you didn't get the Toxic off, it was, I would have just KO'd every single mon.
Yeah, and that's the thing is your team, Mudsdale, like really, I'm just really, like, your team matches up very well against mine. Like, Mudsdale is good. Like Mudsdale, I had Choice Band Mudsdale, which hits like a truck.
Oh my god.
But you're faster than me, and you do so much. Like half of your team that you like to use, the Kartana, Feeny, and Thundurus, all have super effective damage and are way faster than Mudsdale. So realistically, I could only try to catch stuff on the switch, but that was hard because couldn't really safely go for Earthquakes when you have a flying type. So it was just it was tough.
My biggest fear was gonna be getting too much damage off on that Mudsdale.
Yeah.
Getting too many hits on the Mudsdale
with stamina.
It had stamina boosts, and Kartana would not be able to kill it.
That would have been smart. I opted for own tempo so that I couldn't be intimidated by Intimidate Arcanine. I didn't want. Okay. I wanted to be Choice Band and not have to worry about any attack and intimidates. So. And I didn't really feel that like the stamina would come into play that too much. So that was.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't have. I had the special attack.
And I died in one hit, so it really did not matter. Yeah.
But yeah, it was like I was looking at your team and I was like, you know what, I wanted to switch it up. Like coming into these final weeks, I really want to switch up and use the ones I haven't been using as much.
For sure.
The Arcanine and the Cobalion that came.
Yeah.
I'm not known for bringing them. I'm known for my 3, the Finny.
That was your first time bringing Cobalion, so I wasn't really expecting you to have it. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm known for my 4 almost always brings, which is Kartana. Kartana's come to every single game, if I'm not mistaken.
And Araquanid actually had up until this week, or
Araquanid, exactly.
Or almost every week.
Too. Araquanid. I think Araquanid has been there every single week, if I'm not mistaken.
I'm looking at the website right now. It says both of those, because this is up to week 8. It says Kartana and Araquanid have come 7 out of 8 times. So
they've come every week. I haven't done my week 8 battle yet.
Oh, I gotcha.
It's supposed to be done on Monday.
Gotcha.
And it actually got delayed till I battle her in an hour.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, they've actually both been brought every single week.
Okay.
Just when it's first week not showing up, and it's because I wanted to try some different stuff.
Plus, you're going up against like Tapu Koko and Ferrothorn. Not a great matchup.
And it's gonna be a little bit of a spoiler since it hasn't been posted yet, but it's gonna be posted soon. I'm doing a similar thing versus Taechichu, not bringing my usual, if I'm not mistaken.
Nice.
I think Araquanid is coming.
Okay.
Yeah, Araquanid and Kartana are coming. But Cobalion is coming again.
Okay, nice. I had considered like Tyranitar maybe, but
so that's the reason I didn't bring Araquanid. Araquanid didn't come because Tapu Koko.
Yeah.
B Tyranitar with the Stone Edge. If you got an attack off first, it was gone.
Yeah.
C Hawlucha.
Salamence.
Or Stone Edge. Dual Wing Beat from Salamence.
Even a flamethrower could take decently well with Water Bubble.
Water Bubble, exactly.
Yeah.
Just it did so much. Mudsdale, Stone Edge, same thing.
Yeah.
It just did so much. I'm pretty sure Arctovish gets freeze dry.
Yeah, it doesn't match up well, so that was smart not to bring it. And I prepped for it, bringing the Blastoise for So like, yeah, like, and my two bulkiest mons were the Ferrothorn and the Mudsdale, and like I just let them go so early that was definitely rough for sure.
I mean, the Mudsdale, like you said, the Mudsdale you didn't necessarily let go. The Ferrothorn,
right.
I feel like you kind of did just let go.
Yeah, that was definitely a misplay. I should not have stayed in. I don't know what I was thinking, honestly, because you had switched in on the knockoff, right? And you got the attack boost, and then
exactly.
For some reason I thought I could take it better being so bulky. And like go for a leech seed or something, but realistically it was pretty obvious that you were going to click close combat. It would have been a total free switch into Sandalore, and it would have taken no damage. So
yeah,
definitely had a better play on that turn, and keeping Ferrothorn around would have been really good. But still, I mean, just Kartana, you probably had a fighting move on Kartana too, right?
I had Sacred Sword.
Sacred Sword on Kartana, Focus Blast on. Like I think Thundurus would have beaten me even regardless, probably, but definitely could have been a closer battle with keeping Ferrothorn around. So yeah, it was interesting.
My team matched up really decent, really great against yours.
I agree.
That's one of the things about Draft League is just right off the get-go you're already down about a game because the other team just matches up so well against yours.
Then it comes down to like prep and like just outmaneuvering and just out predicting them. But it's hard when you start out at kind of a disadvantage. So.
Because you're already in your head that you're gonna lose.
Yeah, you're like
in like a place that's like I'm going in this in the negatives.
Yeah, definitely. And like as I was like building Salamence, I was like, Dragon Dance, like Salamence is good. But then I was like, I have nothing to hit Tapu Fini. Like even at +1 dual wing beat, barely. It did over 50%, but Moonblast just everything else. I would have had a really good matchup against, actually.
Yeah, the funny thing is though, against that Salamence, as I clicked Tapu Fini, I'm like, I shouldn't have done that, because I'm like, it wasn't a bad play, but I was like, I could have easily gotten another free knockoff on him.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I had done that, I don't think I would have killed, and you at +2, because you were max speed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you at +2 outspeed my Kartana, so actually, now that I think about it,
yeah, no, it was good. Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Oh no, you only would have been +1 at that time. So I could have actually stayed in with Kartana and never swapped into Tapu Fini.
And you could. That's what I was worried, because you were. I was real after I clicked knockoff. I was like, that was a pretty bad play, because the first one did over half, and then me Dragon Dancing, and if you were Scarf, I was like, oh wait, your base speed is over 100, and if you're I realized I messed up clicking Dragon Dance. So you really could have.
I really could have just stayed in.
Yeah.
Like I said that after I clicked Tapu Fini, I'm like, I could have just stayed in. And if I had stayed in, I think that would have been huge. Getting another attack boost.
Yeah, I think Kartana would have just swept, I think, at that point.
What would have lived a +2 knockoff when all of your mons still had items?
Yeah. And that was hard. It was hard for me to switch into the knockoff because I knew it was coming. I didn't want to lose my item on anything, and I had no safe switch into it. So that was that was huge. The Kartana and the Thundurus are huge, just huge threats. Really good Pokemon. What is it? I want to start drafting Ultra Beast more, because Ultra Beast, man, with their Beast Boost ability in both in singles, doubles, and everything, such a powerful ability.
We've seen two great representations of it this season with me, from off the top of my head at least. Yeah. Me with my Kartana.
Yeah.
I find has been an absolute beast. It's one of my kill leaders.
Yeah.
It takes out so much. And Westy and his Blacephalon.
Yeah, and those are the type of things I just think, you realize in hindsight, not anything I was thinking of during the draft of, I'm so hyper focused on, let's get a core of these types, but there's more to a team and more to battling than just the types, for sure. So it's definitely a good way to think about covering your weaknesses, but you can build, that's not all that makes a good team, for sure.
Yeah. So I found this season I drafted a really great team. Like, especially
I think
I just listed my top mons, and yes, some of those were top picks for me. But my first round pick wasn't even one of the ones listed. My first round pick was Latios.
Yeah.
and it's not a staple on my team. Does it do wonders? Yes, but is it a staple? No.
Yeah, and looking at your team, the top 4, everything covers their weaknesses. Latios is weak to Dragon and Dark, and Tapu Fini can switch into those very easily. You know, and Ice as well. Kartana's weak to Fire. Latios and Fini resist the fire. Resist the fighting. You know, Fini's weak to Electric and Thunderous. Like, your top 4 are such a solid core of really powerful Pokemon. Like, that is a Dragon Steel Fairy core plus the Electric Flying. Like, Kartana being neutral to ground, and like you have the Thunderous and Latia. Like,
ground doesn't touch my top 4. It doesn't touch my down. 2 of my top 4.
Yeah,
sorry, one of them has Levitate.
Yeah.
One of them has Levitate, one of them's Flying type. Tapu Fini ground's not gonna do much too.
And Kartana's neutral. Yeah.
Either.
Yeah. So honestly, it's a scary team. It's a really, really scary. And then you have good support with the Arcanine, like Intimidate, and even Arcanine put in work there at the end with the combination of Flare Blitz and Wild Charge. You know, not much can take both of those either. So then good hazard control, you know, Cobalion, Araquanid, and, you know,
I actually
support.
had the chance to keep Arcanine alive. I decided not to.
Yeah.
Because I'm not 100% sure that this move does what I think it does. But I have Morning Sun on Arcanine.
Oh, that's just 50% HP. It's just
it is 50. Yeah, but I wasn't sure if it was 50% in sunlight or not.
I think it's like it's more.
I think it's 100 in sun. I think it
maybe 75. Maybe 75. I don't know, but.
But like, I could have hypothetically done that, but I was like, as well at the same time, I was like, Chandelure's coming in is a special tank. I think it can one-shot me. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, your team is very, very solid. I like it.
Yeah. Your team's great too. It just it didn't. Your team didn't go good against my team on paper.
No. It didn't go good, and one of my team's weaknesses that. Unlike yours, is mine's good mons. But they don't cover each other's weaknesses as well as they need to, unfortunately, which is kind of a bummer. And they're not as bulky, so.
I think honestly, my team, like, even though this wasn't my entire mindset when drafting, I did have some of this mindset when drafting. It covers themselves so well that like. I wasn't even thinking how well it covered themselves at first. But I saw like the minor covers. I'm like, it covers this for typing, but not as well as it ended up turning out. And
they also have good coverage moves like Kartana and Thunderous and Latias have great coverage too. So it turned out like almost unintentionally, like you said, turned out to be a really, really good team. But I'm gonna have fun with week 10. I'm definitely gonna. I'm gonna do like you said now. For my last week, I'm going to definitely have some fun. I'm going to build a wacky team, I think. Have fun with it.
I think it would be great before going into playoffs. Like, keep in mind, you still are a playoff contender, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I really did need to win these last 2 to, like, have a good shot. I technically could, but you haven't done your week 8 battle, so before that, like, as of right now, the rankings look like I'm barely in the top 8, but after that loss with -3 differential.
Battle is versus Tay, who's bottom.
Yeah. That's true. So
like, that's not going to affect your position whatsoever.
That's true.
It'll only affect actually, even if she beats me, it doesn't affect anything because her differential won't go low enough to beat Brother Kahuutz.
Yeah.
Brother.
So it'll be interesting to see for sure. Definitely gonna still go try to build a good team, but I just want to build. I want to build a fun team as well.
That set that you can bring on week 10.
Yeah, for sure. At least got some ideas. So, well, GG's again, man. Good battle.
GG's you too, man. I guess next time I'll see you Sunday.
Yeah, see you Sunday. And do you want me? I can submit the stats since you got to get ready for another battle. Unless you got them written down. I was going to say I don't have them written down at all. So
I have them written down, and I was already working on it on the website.
Appreciate that, man. All right, man. Well, good luck. I'll catch you later.
Thank you. Catch you later, too.
See ya. All right, there you have it, folks. Chatted with SlightliSalti. Hopefully you enjoyed that little post. If you wanted to stick around and listen to our us kind of just chit-chat as friends do. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Next week should be fun. I plan on bringing some fun sets. So see you guys next time. Peace.